today's show, stand-up comedian Mo Mandel is co-hosting all week long. And I'll sit down with actor Colin Cunningham, who's here live with the latest on Falling Skies. Plus, Matt Myra test drives AVA Direct's latest gaming laptop on Gadget. Then we'll dig up the Sega Genesis and tales from the console graveyard. And Weston Scott heads to OFAST where he straps a minigun onto a Humvee to destroy a poor, defenseless car. That car had it coming. Don't go anywhere, Attack starts now.
Is Mo Mandel.
Yes, it is Mo Mandel.
I guessed correctly. I was just going out on a limb there. But I guess. Welcome to Attack of the Show.
Yay! I'm Candace Bailey. Thank you. My voice is going in and out a little bit from Comic-Con, but we are coming to you live.
That's right, and we like your voice hoarse.
Well, because it's my sexy voice.
Yeah.
Because usually it's really high, and right now it's like a little...
Yeah, it's kind of like Lois Lane from Superman 1.
Is it?
Is that too current of a reference? Okay. Anyway, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here.
I've wanted to host Attack of the Show since I was a little kid.
Oh, you have you?
Back when you guys unveiled Oregon Trail, the floppy disk. So this is a dream come true
way
for
back
me.
then, way back then, I
Yes.
remember. You know, we were at Comic-Con all week last week, throughout the weekend. Best time ever. Loved it. Saw so many cool things. Did you go to Comic-Con?
I was doing comedy at a St. Louis stand-up comedy club, so
no?
It was not nerds, it was the bullies who beat them up in high school.
Comic-Con is not just nerds anymore, FYI.
Okay, let's go around the net.
Cue up Alfred Newman's iconic 20th century Fox fanfare and dive right into things.
Ooh, man. The really impressive thing there, I'm more impressed by the guy who doesn't break this position the whole time.
Just in the background.
His friend just he sprains his erection, and his friend's like, "We're not moving. We're all good."
Let's make that guy into a meme.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, all right. He can stand around every disaster, not giving a single care about the sinking of the Titanic.
Or the Tiananmen. They love that one. Or the Tiananmen Square protest, one of my favorites.
Or this scene from Vietnam. Just hanging out.
Now, there are two places you can go when you want to see the best videos of fishing around. And who doesn't want to see awesome fishing videos?
I always want to see awesome fishing
Always
videos.
good for a lonely redneck Friday night. Now, if you want to see fishing videos, you can go to ESPN 13, and you can go right here to Attack of the Show.
Sometimes the one that gets away is the best catch of all.
Oh, he's got no line. That wheel line.
Oh! It's all mine! It's all mine! Get it! Son of a bitch! It's a shark!
It's a shark! A shark! It's a big-ass shark!
It's on your pole, baby. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Oh, I got that on camera!
Did you have it on camera?
Oh! You should have seen that shark!
So exciting! I like The Circle of Life a lot better as a song from Lion King.
My favorite thing about that is she's screaming, "It's a shark!" And he's like, "Keep reeling, I got the camera." It's like, he's just
in
letting
charge.
the woman fight the shark
That's
while he
right.
documents
because
it for
we can
YouTube.
do that.
Yeah, like a modern man should.
It's my big muscles.
You have very large Comic-Con muscles.
Thank you.
You've been bench pressing Batman guys.
I have.
Now, the best thing on the web today, in my opinion, comes to us from a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, so good. Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe, her Papi Yoda kind of asking someone to contact you, has become a meme over the last few weeks. A meme we've tried to avoid because we hate it when our eyes and ears bleed.
However, after we saw this mega mashup of Star Wars footage, we could not resist any longer.
You took your time with the call. I took no time with the phone. You gave me nothing at all. But still, you're in my way. You're the stair was holding. Skin was showing. Hot night wind. Where do you think you're going? Baby. Hey, I just met you. And this is crazy. But here's my number. So maybe. And the other was try to chase me. But here's my number. Maybe.
That was awesome.
That was not the song you were looking for.
Well, at least now we can say that George Lucas is not responsible for making the worst Star Wars movie of all time. I said it.
You did say it. He said it, not me. And now let's learn how to make a car go boom!
Every year people come to O-Fest for the automatic weapons, but you know what? It's not just automatic weapons. There's cool vehicles too. And when G-Force said I'd be here this year, I said I gotta go in style.
For years, Attack of the Show has been coming to Oklahoma Full Auto Shoot and Trade Show to get our hands on the craziest weapons you could ever imagine and lay waste to vehicles packed with explosives. But there was no way I was coming to this party without slinging some lead of my own.
Now, what do you got on top of this Humvee here?
This is a DeGroat Tactical Armament minigun, M134.
Okay.
It shoots 4,000 rounds per minute of 7.62 by 51. It's a lot of firepower. It's frequently used by the military. You'll see it on Humvees, hanging out with helicopters. They use it on boats. It's a very powerful weapon.
How about this Humvee? What does it have?
It has light armor on it. It will protect, I think it's level 3, so it'll go up to pistol caliber rounds. The heavier duty armor piercing rounds it will not protect from, but in light situations it'll be all right.
All right, but it's got a minigun on top, so you're most likely going to scare away any assailants.
You can lay some cover with the minigun.
Who can buy this weapon? Who can't? Where can I get one if I put it on my Christmas wish list?
There's only 4 groups of people that can own this minigun. You have the law enforcement agencies, the military, Class 3 machine gun dealers, and Class 2 gun manufacturers like myself. There are transferable guns out there that the public can own, but those are in the $250,000 to $400,000 range. This one here is considered a post sample, so it's just allowed for those 4 groups of people.
So basically what you're saying, G4 host, probably not on that list.
You get the right paperwork, make ATF happy and everybody else, you can be on that list.
Or if I know James DeGroat, I might just get to shoot it. So I'm on the DeGroat minigun. I got about 500 rounds to take out the car. It's going down. So that was my turn at Kill the Car. I got to fire the DeGroat minigun. 500 rounds in about 7.5 seconds. Insane. But stay tuned for tomorrow, where we're in search of some of the best weapons here at O-Fast. And then I'm going to take it to the skies.
Thank you, Weston. Man, his job looks way more awesome than my job. And much more violent. Okay, now let's check out what is happening in the world today. If you're involved in the world of Apple, then you already know this, but some alleged mock-ups of the new iPhone 5 have hit the internet over the weekend. Yeah, it's pretty edgy stuff, guys. Apple.pro posted an image of what appears to be the new iPhone front cover, showing a longer body and a centered FaceTime camera, plus a source in the Far East, provided by the website gottabemobile.com, with a picture of a metal, they got like a picture of a metal block that kind of maybe resembles what could be an iPhone, and that's enough for some people to freak out about it. Also, it happens to match the dimensions of some other unnamed source, which said Apple was planning an August 7th press event to unveil the new device. Device is how Germans say device. Yes. Of course, absolutely none of this information is substantiated. These unnamed sources might as well be Foxconn drones with pirated copies of Photoshop and a bit of free time between their generous 20-hour work shifts. Of course, modern news outlets never let not having any information stop them from reporting a story, and they know that having the phrase Apple rumor in your post title is basically the world's most effective form of link bait. Just right. Apple rumor. Next iPhone will actually work as a phone. Or Apple rumor. Steve Jobs is going to beat that cancer. Is that too soon? I think it's too a lot of things. Hello, Mom. I'm sure you're proud. Now, here's a pro tip for you. Do you want to know when the next iPhone is coming out? Well, then just notice when your current iPhone stops working. That's the clue. Am I right? Yeah. Okay, good. I'm right. Here's another little bit of inside information I got from a Far Eastern source. Cupertino apparently has a kill switch that makes all your Apple products stop working when they want you to buy a replacement. What? No, seriously. Look what happened today when I pressed the volume on my phone. Yeah, it made me constipated, apparently. Yeah, look, we both know it doesn't matter when the new iPhone is coming out or what features it has or how much money you have or don't have in your checking account, because whenever that phone is announced, you are going to be the first to buy it. You'll be the first to get on the internet and buy the phone and then get on the internet and complain of how much the phone sucks. That's the cruel Apple product cycle. Speaking of addictive substances, Gizmodo.com just teamed up with a certified nutritional consultant to come up with a list of, and this is true, the 9 healthiest alcoholic beverages. Woo! It's about time we can feel good about ourselves for being degenerates. They have based this list on categories such as nutrient value, caloric density, and medicinal properties. Of course, as we all know, any drink is healthy as long as you do it as a body shot off the belly button of a vegan girl. But look, that's just the Bible talking. Or maybe some guy named Garth I met at Burning Man. Anyway, this is great news for all you day drinkers who are looking for an alternate to Gatorade after doing a mile on the treadmill or a nap and masturbation on the couch. That guy loves a masturbation joke, huh? Yeah. Now, if you think about it, this study is just giving you the options that are the least damaging to your system. I mean, if you have to poison your body, well, then why not poison it with a Bloody Mary, you know? It's made with celery and tomatoes. Think of it as an ethanol salad. I love this article. I just wish Gizmodo wasn't so half-assed about it. I mean, why are we obsessed with finding the least unhealthy things? That's like trying to find the least itchy herpes or the most female-empowering Daniel Tosh rape joke. Ugh, edgy stuff, guys. Alcohol, of course, isn't healthy for you at all physically. We all know that. But it is healthy for you mentally. I mean, how are you supposed to make it through your miserable life if you're fully conscious during that same miserable life? And I'm looking at you, camera guy. Now, I don't know why I pulled him out. He just looks unhappy today. There are, of course, tons of psychological benefits to alcohol. For instance, if you drink at work, not only will the spinning make your cubicle look bigger, but you'll be able to handle the paperwork like the pros do. Quickly and with complete ambivalence. And yes, drinking and driving is dangerous. I'll give you that. But all doctors agree that stress is the real killer. And what stresses people out more than traffic? That's right. If traffic is stressful, why not have a drink during traffic to lower your stress levels? You know, stick with me. You should drink vodka while you drive, and that will keep you healthier. And look, if it's healthy for you, it's going to be healthy for your kids. So what I'm saying to you at home is get your kids drunk, okay? They'll be happier. You'll be happier. They won't live as long. That'll free up your financial schedule. Okay, I don't know if any of this actually adds up to anything more than a haphazard theory, but I'm drunk, so I figured I would make that theory live on TV. Remember, people, the more you drink, the happier your state of mind will be. So, cheers. Yeah, that guy's, well, that's not even legal to be doing in a television studio. And now, in very important TV news, Breaking Bad premiered Sunday night. Yeah! Sunday night, or as meth addicts call it, Tuesday morning. This is, of course, known as the Missouri Standard Time. No? Nobody on the Midwest joke? Okay, fine. First off, don't worry if you missed it because this is a spoiler-free zone, okay? I haven't watched it yet myself, and neither have the 14 million people who subscribe to the Dish Network. Yeah, not cool, guys. Seriously, Dish Network dropped AMC from its lineup last week because these two giant companies could not agree on the appropriate amounts of money that they should be yanking out of their customers' pockets. This utter lack of Breaking Bad that is accessible to people made people start treating a show about crystal meth the same way drug addicts treat actual crystal meth. Yeah, people were scrambling around trying to get their hands on it. Oh, I'll give you some mouth love if you got some DVR footage. That's what Foghorn Leghorn sounds like if he were a meth addict. By the way, to those of you at home, Mouth Love is the name of my new podcast. So download away. However, AMC did take pity on Dish Network customers by streaming last night's premiere online. But that was a one-time only deal. According to a press release, AMC only put Breaking Bad on the internet to give Dish customers an extra week to switch to providers so they can enjoy the rest of the season. That's kind of like blackmail. That's sort of like saying, all right, I'll give you a little time on the clock, but then who's running Dish Network? Tony Soprano? That's not cool, okay? Not how you reward loyalty in your customers. AMC itself had very strong opinions about how the rest of us should be watching Breaking Bad. Specifically, they wanted us to watch it live with our iPads on our laps. The Breaking Bad Story Sync site hosted interactive polls and behind-the-scenes glimpses of the show during commercial breaks. And instead of being able to watch the preview for next week's episode during the final credits like a normal show, you had to sit through the fascinating Small Town Security, AMC's brilliant new unscripted comedy series about a private security company in rural Georgia. Oh, that's a good time. I don't know about you guys, but I'll watch anything about Georgia. And by anything, I mean nothing about Georgia. This, of course, was not the perfect companion show to an awesome, gritty drama about drugs. Now, listen, guys, I'm gonna get real with you. I'm not a huge Spice Girls fan. And by that, I mean I'm a huge Spice Girls fan. Yeah, there it is. And forcing fans of one show to watch another show just so they can find out about the show they actually want to watch reminds me of that classic Spice Girls line, if you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. By the way, did that line ever cause any guy a moment of hesitation? Yes, I will have sex with your friends. In fact, we can skip you entirely and I'll just make love to your friends. But honestly, it doesn't matter what hoops AMC makes us jump through because we have to get our fix. We love Breaking Bad. We need Breaking Bad. After all, Breaking Bad is the first show to feature 3 bald men as leads since Jason Alexander, Michael Chiklis, and Sir Patrick Stewart starred in the short-lived Fox sitcom Cue Balls. Look at him. We're going to get that pool hall up and running, guys. Pool hall. Okay. Anyway, so Cue Balls. There you go. Download that. I'll be talking about my podcast, Mouth Love. Why do we love shows like Breaking Bad and anti-heroes like Walter White so much? Well, Millie Kerr from Psychology Today is going to be here in a second to answer those questions. Stick around. Before the break, we were talking about how Breaking Bad has become an addiction for millions of Americans and people all over the world. Despite the fact that Walter White is arguably TV's most terrifying protagonist, people love the guy. So now, for more on the rise of the anti-hero, we are joined by freelance writer Millie Kerr, who wrote about falling in love with morally ambiguous television characters for PsychologyToday.com. Welcome, Millie. How are you? Yeah.
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. I mean, I'm curious. Why do you think people want to see someone who's just an awful person like Walter White and root for him? And why do they want to know a guy like that and be entertained by him?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is that we're a little bit tired of seeing characters who are innately good or innately bad, and we've had so many stories like those over the years. So it's really exciting to have this TV show where there's really no one who's a definite protagonist or antagonist. And of course, with Walter White, he's also in this really bizarre situation where we find out at the very beginning of the series that he's dying of terminal cancer.
Right.
So it's sort of like you're out of the zone of reality anyway. So why not kind of play around in that zone and basically see how far you can take this character.
Do you think there is still room in the human psychology to root for just a purely good character? Or if we're going to see Leave It to Beaver, does Beaver have to kill his parents for us to kill what he's doing?
I do think there's definitely room. And I think that there are, TV shows and stories out there that still have those kind of more basic prototypes. But I think that right now, I don't really know why people seem to be drawn to shows like The Killing and Breaking Bad, where it really isn't quite clear. You might be rooting for the character in certain regards, like you want Walt to protect his family and you want him to survive, but at the same time, you're watching him transform into essentially a character with no real redeeming qualities.
And do you think,
and there's something just innately fascinating about that.
Do you think there's something like we're vicariously getting to live out our innate desires? Do you think the average person would love to be like Walter White and be given a death sentence so they could just do whatever they want, in a sense?
Yeah, I definitely think that's part of it.
I would be not wearing pants during this segment, just for example.
Right. Yeah, you would just never wear pants.
As far as you know, I'm not, actually, since you're on satellite.
Exactly. True, exactly. But no, I do think that's part of it. I mean, I think we see with the proliferation of reality TV and then series like this, where it's so out of our comfort zone, and yet you have, widespread publicity. Obviously, people are enjoying the fact that it's kind of otherworldly, but I think in order to maintain a loyal fan base, you also have to give them something that they understand. And even in a show like this, even though things are obviously very bizarre, you do still have real, genuine relationships between Walt and Skyler or Walt and Jesse. So you can stay synced up that way.
Well, do you think that our fascination with evil, damaged people is not just who we like to watch on TV, but who we like to actually have in our personal life? And I only ask that because my girlfriend is horrible, but I can't get enough of her. And I don't know if that... Is that...
That's probably it, I would think. Yeah. No, I do. I think so. I think there's so many things that we want to explore, but we don't feel comfortable actually getting involved with them. And I think that's why there are TV shows about meth, and there's so many reality TV shows about people that we know nothing about and we're probably never going to encounter. It's kind of like a safe way for us to play around in those areas. It's a safe way for us to learn about meth or to imagine what it would be like to be a drug dealer, when in reality, we're probably never going to actually go out and do that.
It's definitely more safe to watch Walter White deal meth than to do meth yourself. I think you can...
I would think so.
Well, let's find out after this segment, huh? All right. Well, thank you so much, Millie Curd. Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
It's fascinating. And now I'd like to throw this bad boy over to Candace.
Thanks. Still ahead, the skies are falling. Colin Cunningham will be here live to catch them and lay them down gently, so don't miss it. Please welcome the star of Falling Skies, Colin Cunningham.
Thank you for having me here.
Of course.
You look so awesome. You're like even 10 times prettier in person. It's so nice to see you again.
He met me.
No, but it's true though. But it's
he met me with no makeup on in my pajamas. That was how I got to meet him. I was like, I'm sure I'm looking real sexy right now.
But yes.
It's not like that, okay? So how was your Comic-Con experience?
Wow. It was awesome. The great thing about it for me, though, honestly, was this time around. I mean, it's great and all that kind of stuff and the attention and stuff. But the first season last year, only one episode, 2 episodes had maybe aired, and so we had no idea if anybody was even going to show up.
Yeah.
Whereas this time, we've had
Everyone's
a season
seen
and
it.
a half, and we've seen it. So the fan base that showed up was really, 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 really cool.
And your family got to come down,
Yeah,
right? Your whole family?
My niece Scotland is a huge fan of the show. She's 9 years old, and so she got to meet all the characters. So on top of it just being cool, it's nice when you get to share it. Yeah, and my mom, who's been saying for years, Belfast Irish accent, says, "Son, when are you gonna make it? When are you gonna make it?" All the time, I swear to God.
But you act in so many things.
No, I know, but still be like in the early years, Mom, you got $20, $50, you're climbing, crashing on the couch, and I was living in my car for a while, so it was really great for her to see when they introduced my name in Falling Skies, and there's 2,500 people in one room, so it was great. It was really, really cool.
She's sitting there just so proud.
It was awesome.
Did you get to walk the floor at all?
I did, but nobody knows who I am, which is great.
Great.
No, because I'm a character.
Because you wear your wig on Falling
Exactly.
Skies. Yeah, when I first met you, I was like, who are you?
No, I got the
I thought he was.
It's true, though.
He came knocking on my door, and I was like, hi.
Who the hell is this guy?
And I didn't recognize
No,
you
but it's
because
true.
you didn't have your long hair.
And I got the blonde hair. This was for something that I just finished, and on the show I've got a beard and tats and long hair and all this
you
leather.
look totally
but yeah,
different. I hear you get confused for someone quite a bit.
I do.
Tell me about this person.
Oh, it doesn't happen so much anymore. I'm not sure why, but for 5-6 years I get Pauly Shore all the time. So much so. No, honest to God. And it wasn't just people saying, you know who you kind of look like? I'd be driving my car. Oh my God, there's in the army now. Show that picture again. That is totally me when I've got dark hair. But I wouldn't. I'd be driving my car, and at the time I had a borrow convertible or whatever, and I hear, yo, Pauly! And I'd be like, yeah. And I even had a guy one time, it was at the Sagebrush Cantina in Calabasas, said, yo, man, great to see you again, man. God, remember we were hanging with Billy Gibbons and ZZ? That was so much fun on that. And I'm like, and he was with his girlfriend, and I knew he thought I was Pauly Shore, and I just played along with it.
You just act like it.
Totally played along with it. So I was really insulting and asked the guy to pick up my bar tab. No,
Good way to play it. Now, speaking of Falling Skies, we've missed your character Pope a little bit recently, but I hear Pope is coming back.
Pope has come back. Yeah, he just disappeared. Yeah.
You got some big episodes. Tell us about it.
So well, I'll tell you, the next episode is going to be pretty awesome. I will say that they've really doubled up on the next episode. There's two different types. You got the Skitter aliens.
See, that's him, y'all. He looks totally different. Totally different.
Yeah, that's not Pauly Shore.
Sorry. Okay.
Pauly Shore doesn't have those guns. Look at that, man. No, but what the hell was talking? Anyway, so there's
Skitter aliens.
Yeah, there's Skitters, and there's the big Uber aliens. Anyway, this time we've got a third alien that's coming out, and they're really small, and there's tens of thousands of them, and the VFX, and they're on the ceiling, and they're crawling, and it's really creepy. Really, really cool.
They are very creepy on that show. So this season you're more of the anti-hero.
Yeah.
Where last season you're like,
first season we were liking him. He was becoming a little bit too human, and I think the writer said, you know what? No, let's not do that just so quick. So instead, let's keep him the bad guy for a little longer. It's great, but it's awesome. We're working up in Vancouver, Canada. You know what? I've got a pet peeve.
What?
Because I've been watching TV lately, and you see all these idiot Hollywood actors, and they really irk me sometimes. Like, oh, Canada this, Canada that. You know, I think it was Rob Lowe that tweeted something like "not so cool" not all that long ago.
About Canada?
Yeah, about Canada. And I'm thinking, you know what? These stupid actors should get down on their hands and knees and kiss Canada's ass.
Yeah.
That they still have a career. They keep talking to Canadians and saying, no, they're not. These idiot politicians down here in California are sending them away.
Who cares
so
where you're
thank
working
God.
as long as you're working.
So I just wanted to send a shout out to all my Canadian brothers and sisters out there.
All right.
You guys are awesome, and thank you very, very much.
Okay, all right, enough with the Falling Skies. Now let's get to business.
Okay.
When I met you at the Emerald Con panel, you did magic.
I did. I'm even going to take off my
He's
ring.
a magician! I've been waiting for this.
Mentalist.
Whatever.
Well, here's the thing. I don't show up with stuff. I asked you to provide me some keys. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to write down. No, here you go. Write down the name of your favorite food.
Okay.
Just anything. Okay, whatever that is. Now I want you to write down the name of your favorite person.
It's hard to write on this thing.
Okay. And lastly, what I want you to do is I want you to write down the name of your favorite, let's say your favorite place.
Okay.
Okay? Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick one of those things.
Okay.
Okay, you can pick
in my mind?
In your mind, in your anywhere you want.
Got it.
Want it all.
Got
yes?
It. Got it.
You've got it.
Got it.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the three you've got a is that a shark? Steak. Okay. You got steak. What's the other one? You. Oh, that's me. And what's the third one?
New York.
New York. Okay, I want you to put them all in your hand.
Okay.
Your hand, and I want you to shake them up. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is now listen to me for a second. You've got the steak, you've got me, and you've got New York. With your right hand, just imagine, point to one right now. Point to one.
Okay.
In your mind, which one did you point to?
Am I supposed to tell you?
Yeah, please.
Okay, New York.
New York. Awesome. With your left hand, choose one more.
Okay.
Which one do you choose?
Steak.
The steak. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to eliminate me. Now you're either holding the steak or New York. Hand me one in your mind.
Okay.
Which one do you hand me?
New York.
New York. You hand me New York, you're going to keep steak.
Okay.
Okay? New York's gone. I want you to think of steak because that's the one that you ended up holding. I want you to shake it up. I want you to think of the taste of the steak, the color of the steak, the warmth of the steak, and I want you to open your hands and find the one that has steak. And look at the I won't touch it.
It's bent. How the hell did you do that? This is so cool. I love it.
Well, there it is, and I have nothing else on me or anything like that?
He just does this. He just pulls it out of his butt.
Yeah!
It's amazing.
That's right. So you just want a free prescription for Viagra for the entire year.
Yes!
Because that's what she does to me.
Okay. Colin, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, guys. Thank you very
Watch him on TNT's Falling Skies every Sunday night. Stay tuned. Sarah Underwood has got all the Comic-Con news you might have missed right after this.
Thank you, guys.
I love it. That was so great.
Mwah.
Hold on, I want to get a picture with you. Her finger on the pulse of the world.
Which is not where I keep my finger, but it sounds like a more acceptable place for it to be.
Okay. Sarah, news us, please.
Thanks, guys. Right now, it's time to start the feed.
All the news you need to know. The feed.
It's Monday, July 16th, and here are your top stories. If you couldn't make it to this year's San Diego Comic-Con, listen up. Here is what you missed. As predicted, The Hobbit stole headlines across the con, but what attendees didn't anticipate was Peter Jackson's on-the-record announcement that The Hobbit might be a trilogy. Yeah, the story is currently split into 2 parts, with the first, An Unexpected Journey, set to open this December 14th, and the second titled There and Back Again, following a year later in December 2013. But Jackson says he wants to shoot more footage, which could mean one of 2 things: an extended version or a 3rd movie. Yes! Also, for all you Thor fans, the story's second film will be titled Thor: The Dark World. Now, if your loyalty lies more with Captain America, look out for Captain America 2, aka Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Now, Marvel also confirmed we can expect a Guardians of the Galaxy movie in 2014. And finally, more than 6,000 fans erupted over never-before-seen footage of the next Godzilla movie. Warner Brothers affiliate Legendary Pictures let the crumbling buildings and bodies speak for themselves. A new Godzilla flick is coming, but there is no word yet on when, so you better look out for it. And for a full recap on San Diego Comic-Con, check out g4tv.com/Comic-Con. Now next, community creator Dan Harmon is throwing off the shackles of mainstream Hollywood studios and is turning to Kickstarter for his next project. It's a stop-motion short film called Anomalisa. The film is about a man crippled by his lackluster life and is written by Charlie Kaufman, so it might make your head hurt a little bit, but in a good way. The project has nearly reached its goal of $200,000 and still has 55 days left to go. So it's safe to say that this is most likely gonna get made. But regardless, why not kick a couple bucks towards the campaign and help Harmon out? Do it! Even if it's just for the sweet incentives, like an actual handmade puppet used in the filming, or a 20-minute Skype call with Dan Harmon himself. So take that, Hollywood. Let's hear it for crowdsourcing, huh? Now, next time your nagging neighbors files a noise complaint, plead innocence on the ground of fire safety. Yes, DARPA has just released footage showcasing a new system that puts out flames using sound. The U.S. Defense Agency's Instant Fire Suppression Program uses 2 speakers arranged on either side of a liquid fuel flame to generate an amped acoustic field to control fire's behavior. Now, scientists say sound increases air velocity, which then thins the combustion area around the flame. Now, while all this is happening, sound waves also disturb the liquid fuel, which widens the flame. This all makes the fire less concentrated and cool enough to extinguish. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of science. My brain hurts. Bottom line, turn up the music. Yeah! You know what's scarier than being holed up in a house surrounded by zombies? What? Being surrounded by a gang of marauding post-apocalyptic roadies armed to the teeth with machetes and rifles who would like nothing more than to destroy you. Whoa! So you get ready to experience that terrifying scenario right now, because here's the first trailer for the day. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you have just been fed. And now back to Candace and Mo.
Thank you, Sarah. Relive the mystery of the smoke monster.
Bill Cosby?
No, I'm talking about the creature from Lost. You know, plane crash, polar bear, Ben Linus.
Yep, the kid from Charlie Brown. Exactly.
No, Lost.
Oh.
The groundbreaking show that captivated millions each week. You know, the entire series is coming to you 4 hours at a time every Monday, starting tonight at 8/7 Central, only on G4.
Yeah. So,
G4.
the robot from Star Wars?
No, that's art. Still ahead.
guy-
Matt Myra gets a lap dance from an ultra-portable gaming laptop.
Stick around for Gadget Prawn right after this.
The feed is brought to you by Butterfinger. The end is near. Go to facebook.com/Butterfinger to see how you can become Butterfinger's last spokesperson.
Tomorrow on Attack of the Show.
Lost and Fringe badass Lance Reddick drops by the studio with his new web series, Drone. Then Chris Gore gets his hands on Will Ferrell's Casa de mi Padre and The Three Stooges on DVD Tuesday. And Lock and Load, Weston Scott returns to OFAST to test out the latest weapons and kill some Nazi zombies.
It's Attack of the Show tomorrow at 7.
All right. Today's Gadget Prawn is Christmas in July for gamers. Hey, look who it is. It's Matt Myra.
It is.
Matt Myra.
How are you?
Look at us with this. We're like two of the lamest Crips of all time.
We prefer a darker navy.
So that guy got disappointed that we were lame Crips. I like my Crips cool. Okay. Well, Matt, sometimes I and you and other gamers, we want to take our PC games on the go. Yep. And the laptop we are looking at today, this is what's known as the AVA Direct Quick Shipping Clevo Gaming Laptop.
Yeah,
is that correct?
It is a great name.
That's a big name.
Not really. But the computer itself, take a look at this thing. This is ultra portable. It's not an Ultrabook. It's not fit enough to meet the standards, and it does have a moving hard drive. The screen, though, is 11.6 inches, which is very tiny. It's also, it's pretty thick. I mean, it's not going to blow anyone away with, if you open it up next to someone's MacBook Air.
So
it's not nearly as stylish.
Right, it's not thick.
Yeah.
I mean, it is thick, but it's not long.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds great.
But it's still effective.
Yeah, it's not really trying to be a MacBook Air either. Okay. It packs a ton of power in this little guy.
So how much are we talking here? Like, how much is in there?
So much, Mo. Here we go. There are ports on here. It's an 11-inch laptop, but you're going to have plenty of ports on here for peripherals. So you're looking at 2 USB 3.0 ports, HDMI out, gigabit Ethernet, VGA, still a thing for some reason. On the left side, you have another USB, perfect for an external gaming mouse, which is something you're going to want to do if you're going to want to play games on this. The keyboard here, I will say, the keyboard felt really small. And not just because of sausage fingers, but it is a tiny finger. I did like the trackpad. The trackpad is very responsive, though. But if you're gonna game, you're probably gonna want to use the mouse.
Now, I mean, since it's on the go, does it have is there like a portable mouse pad or anything like that you can bring on?
I mean, you could, sure. I use paper. I use a piece of paper. That's a
now,
thing.
is this specific paper for gaming?
No.
Or
Any paper will
do?
Paper. I like a moleskin. I'm classy.
Okay. Is that a thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me ask you. I mean, let's talk about battery. Okay, now, say I'm just go with me on this. Say I were lost in the woods.
Yeah.
And I were wearing a diaper.
Okay.
How long could I sit there without having to move it all and keep playing Gears of War?
You have a lot more issues than your battery life.
Right. No, clearly, I was kidnapped. I escaped from some rednecks.
Okay.
I'm diapered up, and I want to play.
Hell of a backstory.
Yeah.
Your battery's still going to last you about 2 hours if you're heavy gaming. Now, this isn't the biggest battery in the world. You're going to get 4 hours of normal use out of it. But let's talk about the screen. The 11-inch screen on this is not terrible. So when you're in the woods with your diaper, you're looking at 1366 by 768 resolution. So it's definitely got enough pixels for all your diaper-related Googling. Like more diapers. Subscribe and save on Amazon. I myself would prefer...
I like a moleskin diaper.
Yeah,
Can I
sure.
say that?
Oh, that is a classy diaper. That's Hemingway's diaper. I don't know if you know that.
Aren't they all, though? Aren't they all?
There is a noticeable screen matrix, though, when you're looking at a white-backed web page, which I didn't care for. The screen's good, though, for the price. The value is sort of the theme throughout this laptop. You can use an external monitor, though, with the HDMI out and the VGA, so that's good. So you could actually replace your desktop because of how powerful this machine is.
Well, I got to ask you, I mean, it's an awesome machine, but it's very dull looking. Like,
it is boring looking, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to game with this thing. You're looking at what's on the screen, not what's on the
No, I agree, and
texture.
I appreciate how you're not shallow like I am, but if my computer's going to be a little thick, I want it to look good. You know what I mean?
But here's the deal. The power in this thing, it does not lack it. Here's the deal with this. This is a very, very powerful machine. So there's an Intel i7 processor in here, a quad core. Take a look at the hood there. 16 gigs of RAM, a 2 gigabyte NVIDIA GPU. That is a ton of power for a laptop that costs around $1,400. We played Modern Warfare 3 at max settings. This did not flinch. Now, Modern Warfare 3, I know it's not the most graphically demanding game, but with the 2 gig graphics processor and 16 gigs of RAM, you're really not going to have a problem playing anything, probably for the next few years. So it's going to last you a while. It did get really hot during gaming, though, so don't put it on your lap.
So it's a laptop that should be on someone else's lap.
Yeah, and it's got the hybrid thing, too. So it's got 8 gigs of flash storage, so you can access the thing. Load times are going to go down. 750 gigs of internal storage, so you can store a ton of games on there and cache stuff, so it's going to move. It's going to move along.
Could somebody like myself who doesn't have one of these and is probably not going to be able to effectively steal this from set today?
Sure.
Could I get some of these chips upgraded into my laptop so I could also enjoy the gaming in the woods without buying it?
Laptops are kind of stuck. I always say with a laptop, go for the most powerful laptop when you're buying a laptop. You're going to have it the longest. Laptops are notoriously difficult to upgrade, and if it's an Apple, they just don't want you to do anything to it at all.
No, they want you to keep paying the pauper. All right, you can get the AVA Direct Quick Ship Clevo gaming laptop starting at only $820. The configuration we tested comes in around $1,380. So what's the verdict?
It's a 4 out of 5, everybody. It's very, very powerful. Tons of power in there. 16 gigs of RAM. This really is a great value. It's not the best looking thing, but it's tiny and powerful, just like Danny DeVito. But you can get $25 off your order today. The guys at AVA Direct have given us a coupon code. Just use AOTS3 at avadirect.com, and it'll get you $25 off an order of $1,000 or more. And it's a good deal, I think. This is a great computer.
Matt, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Give her this guy, huh?
Hey, we did it.
That is it for today's Gadget Prod.
So, first day co-hosting, what'd you think?
Whew, I gotta be honest with you, it was awesome.
Yay! That's what I like to hear.
And, you know, it's like our guest was saying, you are even more beautiful in person. And I think...
Shucks, thanks.
I think you will find that I'm even creepier online.
You're great.
Where I will now be stalking you. But,
thanks to Colin Cunningham, Matt Myra, Millie Kerr, and Sarah Underwood.
That's right, I'll be here all week. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night. This is fun.
It was very fun.